1. Which Arizona government office commissions and regulates notaries public? A. Secretary of State. B. Attorney General. C. Governor's Office. D. Supreme Court. 2. What is the minimum age requirement to become an Arizona notary? A. 16 years old. B. 18 years old. C. 21 years old. D. 25 years old. 3. How long is the term of office for an Arizona Notary Public? A. 2 years. B. 3 years. C. 4 years. D. 5 years. 4. Which of the following is required when applying to become an Arizona notary? A. A background check. B. A $5,000 surety bond. C. A college degree. D. A letter of recommendation. 5. What is the maximum statutory fee a notary may charge in Arizona for an acknowledgement? A. $5. B. $10. C. $5.10. D. $20. 6. Which of the following is not a duty of an Arizona notary? A. Administering oaths. E. Acknowledging signatures. C. Offering legal advice. D. Verifying affidavits. 7. What must an Arizona notary always include in their official seal? A. The Arizona state flag. B. The notary's name and commission number. C. The county of residence. D. A copy of their signature. 8. If a notary changes their residence or mailing address, how soon must the Arizona Secretary of State be notified? A. 10 days. E. 20 days. C. 30 days. D. 45 days. 9. What is the penalty for performing a notarial act without a valid commission in Arizona? A. A warning only. B. Civil and criminal penalties. C. A $50 fine. D. Suspension from employment. 10. When notarizing, what is the primary responsibility of the Arizona notary? A. Ensuring proper document formatting. B. Determining the legal effect of the document. C. Confirming the signer's identity and willingness. D. Charging the maximum allowed fee. 11. Which form of identification is not acceptable for notarization in Arizona? A. A valid Arizona driver's license. B. A current U.S. passport. C. An expired state-issued ID from 10 years ago. D. A tribal identification card. 12. What must a notary do if a signer appears unwilling or coerced? A. Proceed with caution. B. Refuse to notarize. C. Report to law enforcement immediately. D. Complete the notarization but make a note. 13. How must an Arizona notary keep their notarial journal? A. In electronic form only. B. In chronological order, bound and with numbered pages. C. Loose sheets filed in folders. D. Type transcripts of entries. 14. What information is not required in the Arizona Notary Journal? A. Type of notarial act. B. Signer signature. C. Document fee charged. D. Notary social security number. 15. How long must an Arizona notary retain their journal after the last notarization? A. 2 years. B. 4 years. C. 5 years. D. 10 years. 16. If a notary's journal is lost or stolen, what action must be taken? A. Replace it immediately without reporting. B. Report it to the Secretary of State. C. Record the loss in a new journal only. D. File a police report only. 17. Which of the following may not serve as a credible witness in Arizona? A. Someone personally known to be notary. B. A minor child. C. A disinterested adult. D. A person with proper identification. 18. What must be done with a notary's seal upon expiration, resignation, or revocation? A. Store it for future use. E. Return it to the Secretary of State. C. Destroy or deface it. D. Sell it to another notary. 19. A notary is asked to notarize a blank document. What should the notary do? A. Proceed if the signer insists. B. Fill in the blanks themselves. C. Refuse to notarize. D. Sign only the acknowledgement section. 20. Which of the following documents may not be notarized by an Arizona notary? A. A power of attorney. B. A will requiring validation. C. An affidavit. D. A real estate deed. 21. What is the maximum penalty for a notary knowingly committing fraud? A. $100 fine. B. Criminal prosecution and civil liability. C. Warning from the Secretary of State. D. Suspension of notarial powers for 6 months. 22. If a notary moves out of Arizona, what happens to their commission? It remains valid until expiration. B. It is automatically revoked. C. It transfers to the new state. D. It can be suspended temporarily. 23. When completing a jurat, what must the notary require from the signer? A. Signature only. B. Oath or affirmation and signature in the notary's presence. C. Proof of citizenship. D. Witness signatures. 24. Which type of notarization requires the signer to make a sworn statement? A. Acknowledgement. B. Copy certification. C. Jurat. D. Signature witnessing. 25. Which statement is true regarding electronic notarization in Arizona? A. It is prohibited. B. It requires additional authorization and registration. C. It can be done without a seal. D. It is only valid for court documents. 26. If a signer does not speak English, what must the notary do? A. Translate the document. B. Use an interpreter approved by the court. C. Ensure the signer understands the document through a translator. D. Refuse notarization automatically. 27. What must be present when a notary notarizes a signature? A. Both the document and the signer. B. Only the signer's ID. C. The notary's attorney. D. 2 witnesses at all times. 28. How many credible witnesses may be used if the signer has no identification? A. None allowed. B. 1 credible witness personally known to the notary. C. 2 credible witnesses unknown to the notary. D. Either 1 or 2 depending on the situation. 29. What action must be taken if a signer is blind but able to understand the document? A. Refuse to notarize. Ensure the document is read aloud or explained. C. Proceed as normal without clarification. D. Require 2 witnesses. 30. What happens if a notary refuses to allow inspection of their journal by an authorized party? A. Nothing. Journals are private. B. They may face suspension or fines. C. They may be criminally charged. D. They can simply destroy the journal. 31. What is the consequence of notarizing a document without the signer being present? A. The act is void and may result in penalties. B. The act is valid if the signer is well known. C. It is allowed if notarized later. D. It is valid with a phone confirmation. 32. What is the maximum fine imposed by the Arizona Secretary of State for a notary violation? A. $25. B. $50. C. $100. D. $500. 33. Who can request access to a notary's journal entry? A. Only the signer. B. Any member of the public without restriction. C. The Secretary of State, courts, or the signer. D. Only the notary's employer. 34. A notary may not certify which of the following? A. A copy of a diploma. B. A copy of a driver's license. C. A copy of a birth certificate. D. A copy of a business contract. 35. Which of the following best describes an acknowledgement? The signer swears under oath that the content is true. B. The signer declares signing voluntarily and identity is verified. C. The notary certifies the document's legal validity. D. The notary confirms the document was prepared by an attorney. 36. If a notary's commission certificate is lost, what should the notary do? A. Request a duplicate from the Secretary of State. B. Continue notarizing without it. C. Have an attorney draft a replacement. D. Ignore the loss and proceed. 37. When completing a notarial certificate, what should a notary do if there's a blank space? A. E. Cross it out or line through it. C. Fill it in with random text. D. Ignore the space dot. 38. Which of the following is a notary prohibited from doing in Arizona? A. Administering oaths. B. Charging more than the statutory maximum fee. C. Keeping a notary journal. D. Verifying a signer's identity.